So tonight I'm going to be covering competitive integrity. Now, we all know why this topic is in light, and I would have rather waited a little while longer to cover this, but because of the situation that's happened since Sunday, draws this to more of the forefront of the content end, just so that it remains relevant and pertinent to what we're talking about. Now, we all saw the ruling. Praise has been banned from the Invitational because he recovered his friend's account so that their team could play in the Invitational or play in the 2K on Sunday so that they could have a chance at winning some points to go to the Invitational, but Praise was already qualified. Now, this is a top player in Gears of War. I have the utmost respect for Praise. I think he's an amazing player, and he had a lapse of judgment and made a very poor decision. I do want to say at this point, guys, you need to really pay attention to what you're doing. Your decisions don't just affect yourself. It's not just about you. Your decisions have ramifications. Praise decisions have ramifications on his team, uh, his uh, his teammates, the org itself. There's a lot of bad press, a lot of bad PR, a lot of different ways to handle this. Now, what I will say is that he did own up to his mistake, said he made a mistake after the fact. It's been brought up. This is such a hard topic to talk about because there's so much integrated into what competitive integrity is. I just want to define integrity as doing the right thing when no one else is watching. Having good high moral standards, and especially in esports where cheating has plagued the scene for many years and has had various bans. While I think the ban is light, I think it's justified for the situation that we're in because it is. It's fair to that point. Now, do I think that we should do long-term bans? Do I think that we should get to that point? It's not to that level. It needed to be addressed. I congratulate TC and MLG for making a swift decision. Didn't take them very long. There was a lot of information. I'm not going to talk about how the information was found out. It's out there. I've watched it. There was enough question in the back of my mind off the information that was just presented that there was enough of a case for a reason to even investigate. There are reasons that rules are in place. Those rules are in place to guarantee that everyone has a fair playing field. What essentially the team that picked up Praise did was bring in a ringer. This is one of the top 3 players in Gears of War. Even though they didn't win and they even gave the win to Envision, it's still cheating. Even if they had not gotten caught and had not gotten out, still cheating. That's what this whole issue needs to be addressed as. Regardless of who knew or who found out, it's still cheating. At the core. They broke the rules. And it brings a question into the player's character. Also, it's been happening for a long time. Praise is just the one to get caught. Other teams have done it. There's a long history of it. I've been a tournament organizer. I've seen it happen. It happens. Go forward from it. And this is why this is such a big issue and it had to be addressed. It's cheating. And if it's not addressed and it's not punished, it's justification for everyone else. Well, you guys didn't punish this person for it. Why should I be punished? It's setting a guideline and it's setting a precedent so the next time it happens, people know what to expect. It can't happen anymore. We can't have these issues. We can't have questions of whether our competitions are fair or whether we're getting screwed online. Yes, on LAN it's a different situation. You know who the person is. But then there comes into things on LAN where there's been cheating at live events. And the level of bans that go through esports, there have been bans from 6 months to indefinite bans. And CSGO is notorious for indefinitely banning their players. Think about how much of a detriment that would have been if Praise had received a lifetime ban for just doing this. Now, the punishment fit the crime. He's banned from the Invitational. On the extreme end, it could have been way worse. We could have been looking at a lifetime ban. We could have been looking at a year-long ban, the entire circuit, for just a poor decision. This decision was lenient in comparison to where it could have gone. There have been ringers in League of Legends where they brought in other players. They've been banned for an entire from the challenger scene for an entire year. There have been cheaters in CFGO, and they've been banned for life. Losing one event, not that big of a deal. Yes, it's an invitational. It's not too serious. It was the first component of where we would have seen top teams competing on Gears of War 4 for a small prize pool. But the integrity of the competition must remain at the peak and the forefront of every competition. Cheating is cheating. It doesn't matter. You get caught, you don't get caught, and to all the players that were trying to cover it up, you're just as guilty. Because you guys are impeding an investigation and trying to hide the fact that cheating is there, and that makes me question all of your integrity and your moral compass. Because you guys don't view it as a big deal doesn't mean that it's not. This has to be something that's at the forefront. Should have never happened. Should never happen. Now there's a precedent going forward. As much as I may like a player, if they make poor decisions, they're accountable for those decisions. And the good thing about the coalition is that they're holding people accountable. This will not be tolerated. Now, I would address that the people that were trying to cover it up because they wanted to compete against praise. I get it. You want to face the best competition. Good job. Congratulations. You can do that. But you better have a high moral compass, because it's not about snitching. It's about holding everyone to a standard and making sure everyone's following it. If we police ourselves, we don't have to get other people involved. But the problem is that people knew, and they knew as it was happening, and they knew after the fact, and everybody was trying to wash it over like, didn't happen, didn't exist. That can't happen anymore, guys. Who's going to want to compete at events if they're feeling like they're cheated and they feel like the system's balanced against them and that we're just going to favor the top players because they're the top players? What kind of precedent does that set? What kind of mindset does that set about the integrity of the competition that we're doing? These players are going to be playing for millions of dollars. Set the bar. You guys are the examples in the community. You are the people that every new player is going to be looked up to. You are a role model. You have character. Understand the position that you're in. You can't take risks with your integrity and jeopardize not only your future, but the future of the esport as a whole. We've come too far to get wasted because we make dumb decisions in back rooms to try to get an advantage or try to help out a friend. It can't happen anymore. Understand, every top player, that I expect more from you. I've said that for a long time. You are in the spotlight. You are just as in the spotlight as the casting, as the tournament organizers. What you do is in front of everyone. And you will be held accountable because you are an example to everyone else. Just because you guys got away with it before doesn't mean you're going to do it again. It can't happen. We can't have scandals. We can't have cheating. We've come too far. Stop. Have some integrity. Do what's right when no one else is looking, and do it even if your friends tell you it's okay to. Make a stance in your life, in your scene, to be the example and be the person that's above reproach, above doing stupid decisions, above being coerced into situations like this. I hate this. I hate making content on it because it shouldn't happen. But it did. I expect more from you guys. I expect more from the community as a whole. I hold myself accountable. because I want there to be a future here, and we can't jeopardize our future just so that we can have fun and not stop playing Gears. Understand the position we're in, guys. Yes, Praise got banned. But at the same time, it sets a precedent for the future that we know we know where the line is, and we need to stop playing jump rope with it. Walk the line, stay on the line, don't cross it. Because you could jeopardize your future. This is just a one event ban. Next time, you could see people lose their spots for 6 months. They could be banned for 3 events. You could jeopardize your team and your org's future just because you wanted to have fun. Think about it. That being said, guys, I'm Waldo. This is my rant on competitive integrity. As much as I don't want to do it, this is how it is. We need to hold ourselves to a higher standard, and we need to police ourselves better. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe below. I'll see you guys next week.